What are you teaching me here? Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching these youth? The State of the Union is the State of the Union. Playing this seems to be addictive. Booster waters run deep, trace back those. Layer under layer, refill that. Amplify use voice, please don't shoot. We won't answer why everybody got cancer, but it's stop the tobacco, stop vaping on juice. The FDA proves that, okay, that is true. We won't answer all the process. The meat ain't right, the water ain't right. How first say we try to drop the land. Stop being evil, God would kill that land. Are we really in need, or is greed the new need? I'ma tell you like somebody told me. Stay away from the ways of the world. No cream, cause cash don't rule everything around me. Kids need juice like constant juice. Not smoking on juice from toxic schools. To find their own cool who makes these rules. Cycle hate, generation of rage. Get our minds off the case, break this, so change the stress and stress. Somebody push you. Hot hits, red play, presenting off the coffee shop. Now niggas keep leaning, how to run. Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we teaching
these youth? Burning in the house.
And full of that juice.
My big homie right there, y'all.
What are we feeding these
way
youth?
back
Going off that sugar and full of that juice.
It's always honest to see my homie.
What are we teaching these youth? Stop giving candles, you can make it out the hood and not play sports. Headphones on with the nonsense voice. Now when they speak nonsense noise. I eat Compton with TJ Lofton. Richard, are you trying to teach them something? Education, education, automation, high growth, that's slave ship. True and Howard, but I hope deferred over what's preferred. True spoken words. At your own pace, destroy the rat race. Slaves dragging, don't play your face. Fantasies what they want.
Got me on the video
Reality what they need. Music changes loud, laugh straight out the ID. Stop being blind and see right through. Connect
got bro on one line, got Davey on the other line.
Stop sexualizing these youth. Leave from example they
I
watch.
appreciate it, baby.
Disappointed and they tired of being low and not having the right tools to make them grow.
Y'all share this video,
yes,
folks.
it shows. Going off that sugar and full of that juice. What are we feeding these youth? Going off that
sugar. Do me a favor, can y'all go to my YouTube page?
What are we teaching these youth?
Go to my YouTube page and subscribe on my YouTube page.
What are we teaching
these youth? Hit that little bell.
Going off that sugar and full of that juice.
YouTube say I need 1,000 followers.
What are we teaching these youth?
So I can go live. What up, Hadrian? How you doing, family? Danielle, how you doing? Y'all gotta excuse me. I had to run out, of course, when I got the business handling. All of a sudden, something I was waiting on showed up. You know, when you're dropping good information, you gotta always expect something interesting to happen. Time is money, y'all. Time is definitely money. And it's like when you're a businessman, things happen. You know how to you can't really confine it. It's gonna happen when it's gonna happen. When they ready to do it, that's when it's gonna happen. You gotta take it serious though and say, this is when I expect it to happen. If it can't happen by that day, then we need to roll it over to the next day. If it can't happen by that time, then we need to roll it over to the next time. Chai, how you doing, family? I appreciate you tuning in. I'm about to start chopping it up, finishing up the conversation we was having a minute ago. I was talking about, let me push this down a little bit. I was talking about, I got 5 phone calls this year of people getting ready to go to divorce court, and they wanted my opinion on this topic of the real estate. It's always about real estate, you know. So what was we talking about? One of my homeboys called me and said that he's sick of these real estate agents coming up to his house telling his wife, who always at home, that Shabriel, how you doing? Telling his wife that how much his house is worth. You know, somebody else told me that. I'm hearing that a lot. So let's talk about solutions for that. You know, we need to get our city officials or city politicians, and I'm gonna start saying that too, y'all, when I go to these town hall meetings, when I go to these events, when I'm sitting in front of these politicians, we're gonna have to pass a law to stop people, real estate agents, from harassing residents. Y'all hear what I just said? We're gonna have to pass a law to stop real estate agents from harassing residents. You know, don't nobody need you come. We don't need real estate agents coming up telling you how much your house is worth. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? That's creating problems because people don't need to be in your business like that. You know, you don't know who they talking. They don't know who they talking to. They just see you sitting on the front porch or see somebody on the porch, and then they walking up. Somebody just said a minute ago on part one of this that Koreans walking up to the door with a bag full of money to me. We want to pay cash for your house right now. We want you to leave. So we got to have the laws put in place to stop people from real estate investors, brokers, anybody from coming up to your property to buy your house from you. They should be able to mail you a letter in the mail. They should not be door knocking people's houses, coming over there to what your house is worth, telling people they trying to buy your house. They got cash right now, telling your neighbors and all of that. Yeah, you know, she only owed $50,000 and she should go on and take it. You know, I found out that she was late on her taxes. She should just go on and sell the house. You know, if she late on her taxes, why she's still trying to struggle to pay the mortgage, you know what I'm saying, or pay the taxes when she should just sell it. You know, they always want to tell you what your house is worth and what you can do to go, you can move to Florida and get a better house, all that old crap. But see, that's the problem. Why they so worried about what your house worth? Do you ever ask them what their house worth? Why they so interested in this area? They so interested in this area because they want you out of here so that they can reap the benefits off your equity. So I was saying in part one that I was reading an article that it just went straight blasted out on the front of social media and in the paper. Kevin, how you doing, family? That all of a sudden it says Los Angeles County has $68 billion in equity, and it's all these black people in Los Angeles County has $68 billion in equity. Y'all hear what I just said? Because they know all these baby boomers' houses are almost paid off, if not paid off. So they're telling people they got $68 billion in equity, so y'all should go and get it. So now you got people coming out here stealing houses. You got people coming out here creating divorces in people's houses. Y'all know, as a real estate person, as an investor, I can pull up your house. I can find out, are you current on your taxes? I can find out, have you ever been behind on your taxes? I can find out, have you ever been in foreclosure? Are you in foreclosure? I can find out everything about your house. And then I can put together such a story. I know I can find out how much you paid for the house. I can find out if the house is paid off. I can find out how long you owned the house. I can find out who left you the house. I can find out everything about your house and everything about you. I can tell you how many pieces of property you own, where they are, what the address is, everything, family. So it's all public knowledge if you know where to look. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm an investor, I have all this privy knowledge. I know about these things. That's why I teach these training classes. So basically, I can walk up to your door and create hell for your life and come in there and tell you things that you don't want nobody to know. You know what I'm saying? I can go to your church and tell your pastor, yeah, you know, she behind on her taxes, and we've been trying to buy the house from her for a while. She got $700,000 in equity. Now your pastor leaning on you about you should go on and get out from under this debt, sell that house, pay your 10% in tithing money, so that you know you ain't got to worry about these bills. But notice how he threw that tithing in there. So yes, they know the game's a play. So they will come up to you and they'll come up to your house and tell your children what your house is worth. That should be illegal, family. So we got to start talking to these politicians and tell them we should not have people loitering and coming around our house trying to sell us things. That should be illegal. That should be illegal. I don't like when people put all that damn junk mail on my door anyway. On another note, I don't care about you started a new liquor store around the corner. I don't care that you got a gas station around the corner. I don't care that you got that you offering a sale from the local grocery store. I don't need you putting all that stuff on my gate. So that ain't cool, y'all. We need to stop all that. Callison, I hope I pronounced it right. Wendy, how you doing? You know, so we have to stop all of that stuff. But anyway, so I've had 5 people this year. Miss Porto, what's going on? Super Agent House. I've had 5 people this year call me and tell me, TJ, I'm about to file divorce because I'm losing, because of these real estate agents is knocking on my door. These investors is knocking on my door, telling my wife what my house is worth. You know what I'm saying? He only owes $50,000 and he's behind on his taxes, so he need to sell it for $750, $789. He told me $799 or something. So it's like, Pamela, how you doing? So it's like, you don't need your wife knowing that, your new girlfriend knowing that, your son and your children knowing. Yeah, you know your daddy got $700,000 in equity in the house. You know what I'm saying? He could take that money and sell it and go buy y'all all kind of stuff. Y'all shouldn't have to be living like this. You driving that old raggedy car. You know what I'm saying? You should tell your daddy to sell his house. Now your children may want to kill you. You know what I'm saying? Your children may want to create a problem for you. No, you can't, Miss Porto. No, mail it to me. No, you can't. I don't want your postcard on my gate, Miss Super Agent. I want you to mail it to me. Give me the opportunity to fish through my mail and say, okay, this is cool. But I don't want to see all these real estate agents' cards on my gate because I'm not interested in selling my house. I don't need to know who buying and who what and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'll go on the computer and look that up. Blame the BPOs. Yeah. You know, I said it's not just the real estate agents, it's the investors. Somebody on here earlier said that the Koreans knocked on her door with a suitcase full of money asking her, we ready to buy your house right now. Would you be interested in selling? And boom, open the bag up on her, you know? Business is booming out here. I just left from the Rosecrans Plaza, nowhere to park. Man, it's a lot of money out here, Jay. It's a lot of money out here, y'all. That's what people don't understand. The higher the price of real estate, family, the more money people have to spend. What's going on, Richard? How you doing, fam? The more the cost of real estate, the more money people have to spend, family. Do y'all hear what I just said? The more cost for real estate, when people are flipping, these flippers out here, when people are flipping these houses, when people buying houses, they moving in, say they sold their house in Torrance and they decide to scale back and move over to LA because they hear it's a little bit nicer. Let me move over there to Avenues or something. And they like, we got $1 million for the house in LA. I mean, in Torrance. So now we can move back over here to Compton or to LA and get a nicer house because they didn't totally remodeled it and they only want $689 for it. So we can put $300 in our pocket. So boom, they rolled the rest roll that $689 into that house and put the rest in their pocket, hypothetically speaking. Now they out here looking for, okay, we just bought this brand new house. I want a TV hanging on the wall. I want some brand new funky couches. I want some dope ceiling fans. I want some of them wooden shutters. You know what I'm saying? I want to go put I want a new car. I want some new rims on my car, some beat, some music in my car. Matter of fact, I don't want this interior in this 2019 Charger. I want to take this out and put Gucci interior up in there because I got 300,000. You know what I'm saying? Mr. Nelson in the house. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stuff going on, family, but people are using. So, okay, that was this phone call. My homeboy, like him and his wife got into it so bad about the equity in his house. Y'all hear what I just said? He met his wife. He already owned that house. Money in our hood. That's right. $68 billion as of May 2019 is over $68 billion in black folks real estate in LA. So mark my words, every month that goes by, it's more and more. By the time the end of this year go by, it's going to be over 100 billion in equity in these houses. Mark my words, family. And they know that. That's why they want these houses. If they can get you to sell them the house today for 600,000 or 700, 800, 900,000 in a year or two, they can turn around and cash in and get 2 million. So if you knock on my door and you asking me to sell my house or something like that, if I own a house in the neighborhood that you're interested, I'm gonna tell them I want $2 million because I know the game. I know what the house is going to be worth in a couple of years. We got SpaceX, we got Tesla, we got Google, we got Facebook, we got Yahoo. All Google bought the Jordan projects. They over there rebuilding them right now. We got private jets is landing on at the Hawthorne Airport. You know what I'm saying? They building out the Hawthorne Airport because all them wealthy people coming in. They gonna look at you crazy like, wow, we didn't know that. You a damn liar. That's why your ass over here walking up with excuse my French, y'all. Just got to keep it 100. That's why they over here showing up at your door with bags of money. trying to buy you out because they know if they can get you up out of there earlier, they can go walk off with all your cash a year from now. So boom, they turn around and they got $68 billion in equity. So they trying to get your house quick. Okay, right. Let's talk about that. So this is the phone call. Man, my homeboy was on the phone with me I was on the phone with this cat for 2 hours. I was mainly listening. Y'all hear what I just said? He was looking for coaching. So like I was saying, I started talking about this in part one. I started in real estate and I wrote the book, Monetizing Gentrification, because I wanted to better help our family. So if y'all ain't got the book, please get it, family. ThomasTJLofton.com, or you can go to one of my 13 vendors that sell it around the country. So black bookstores, and no, it ain't on Amazon. I want y'all to walk into a black bookstore or buy it off my website. Plain and simple. Walk into a black business and buy TJ book. Anyway, that ain't too much to ask, is it? Y'all please share this video for me. I appreciate y'all. Everybody needs to do that. Pull your black books off of Amazon, because Amazon don't have no section on there talking about, oh, go to the black books. If they did that, they cut out 90% of their sales, because it's gonna take black people a long time to find one black book. It take a long. If your picture ain't on the front of your black book, I know I'm diverting from the topic. If your picture ain't on the front of your book, showing that it's a black person that wrote this book, or if it ain't on the back of the book, you don't know if a black person wrote it. So they can have helping black families, and you're gonna mentally think that's a black book, but it ain't. It's white people book. You know what I'm saying? Aisha Curry. I'm not here. But anyway, so they knocked on the door. My homeboys, they knocked on the door. My homeboy met his girlfriend. He already had his house. He already bought the house a long time ago. And he met his girl. And they had been together for 15 years, right? And she moved into his house with him. And all of a sudden, now he took care of her. Now all of a sudden, she at home every day. He working. She ain't got to work. He got paper like that. So of course, real brothers, real black men take care of their wives, and their wives really don't have to work. You know what I'm saying? Society is changing things. So now you got women who have to go get a job. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But anyway, that's a whole nother conversation. But fast forward the story. The investors, the real estate agents, or whoever it was, that knocked on his door, and they told his wife how much her husband owed on their house, on his house, because he owned it before she got there. All of a sudden, and told her what they could sell the house for, and told her where they can move. Not in California. They didn't tell her they could move up the road a little bit. They said y'all can move out of California with that kind of money, and y'all can have all profit, because houses are cheap on the East Coast. Next thing you know, she came and presented that to him and told him she didn't know she never asked how much they owed on the house. She thought they had a regular, anyway, long story short, she didn't know what the house was worth. She didn't know that he got 700,000 plus in equity in the house. So she was telling him about all these things that they could do. He ain't need no money. She don't need nothing. You understand what I'm saying? But now, because these Koreans or these Asians or these Europeans is knocking on people's doors, telling them what their house is worth, he ready to go to divorce court now, because she won't let up. Every time he have a little bitty sign of struggle, every time he say he can't afford that, or we gonna have to wait for that, she gets mad, because she says, see, that's why we should just sell the house. That's why we should just sell the house. And next thing you know, he pissed off about it. And he's saying this shit didn't happen. She keep doing it too much. So he can't come home and have a regular conversation where she can help offer up some solutions. Once you offer up some solutions and say, well, baby, won't you stop getting your hair done? Won't you stop getting the weaves and do your own hair, go natural and do your own hair? She ain't offering up no solutions like that. She wants to have, Pamela, how you doing, Pamela? She wants to keep talking about things to where they should sell the house. No, they should not sell the house. They should not. They don't have to. So why would they? So she can live a better a life, spending more money. Jonathan, how you doing, fam? So I look at that. So that's one person called me last week, sat on the phone with my partner for over 2 hours talking about, listening to him vent and complaining, and he trying to ask me how did he, what could he do? And it's like, this don't make no sense. So all of a sudden, I had another homeboy call me up. You know what I'm saying? Him and his wife getting into it over the real estate also. He owned all kind of apartment buildings. His wife didn't know that. His wife didn't know. And I'm not here to blast the sisters while she's going, showing her true colors. Exactly. Real estate creates problems, family, if y'all ain't on point together, if y'all don't overstand it. So my homeboy, he done bought all kind of properties. He owned all kind of stuff. His wife never knew that. She never knew this dude had 6 or 7 apartment buildings. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know he had all that stuff rented out. Everything was everything. His granddad left him some stuff. You know what I'm saying? All she can do, all she can think about is what she can buy with his money. Shelly Warren. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's the problem. Why are you worried about what you can buy? You already got all the nice things you want. You got everything you want. You got a beautiful home in LA. Now somebody told you can get a 6,000 square foot house for half the cost of the one you got here in LA. What you gonna do with 6,000 square feet and it ain't but 2 people? What are you gonna do with 6,000 square feet and it ain't but 2 people? Y'all hear what I said? Oh, I always wanted a new house, and you know what I'm saying? And it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. You got y'all family, we got to keep it real. Quit worrying about what we could have. Quit letting these TV shows pump us up to make us think that we should live like Kim Kardashian and them. They got that big old mansion and all of this old stuff and all of that. Okay, well, whatever. That's them. That ain't for us. That don't mean we got to have that. You know what I'm saying? People act like you got to have the biggest and the best house. Kim Kardashian, them houses 30,000. Why we can't have 6? What's wrong with the 1,200 square foot house that you living in now? Yo, you grew up in an 800 square foot house. Now you over here with 1,500 or 2,200, and you complaining because you watching all this TV. You know, and that's the problem. We got to look at people having problems with things like that. So my other homeboy, his granddad left him apartment buildings. He bought a couple more, and then he got this house right here. And why the real estate agent told his wife that, like, a couple months ago, he called me saying that something happened to her son that didn't give a crap about them, that didn't like my homeboy. Y'all hear what I just said? Something happened to my homeboy's son-in-law. Bang it out to her friend. That's all these women want to do. Something happened, exactly. Something happened to my homeboy. I'm not here to bang on the sisters, y'all. It's not about the sisters, because I got a brother story for you too. No man, what's going on, good brother? Something happened to my homeboy's stepson. When my homeboy met his girlfriend and decided he was gonna marry her, right? He met her son, and the son made it very clear that he don't like him. He don't give a F about him, and don't you hit my mama. It's gonna be a problem. Y'all hear what I just said? He let my homeboy know, I don't like you. You ain't my daddy, so don't say nothing to me. Don't say nothing to me, homeboy. Like, okay, whatever. So that goes both ways. That's reciprocal. I won't say nothing to you. You don't say nothing to me. So all of a sudden, my homeboy got all this real estate, and his wife really didn't know. So all of a sudden, his son goes to jail, and he needs an attorney because there's some serious law stuff going on, and it's like $50,000-$60,000 worth of lawsuits worth of attorney fees, and the wife is like, well, she wants to get her son out of jail, and she want him to help. He like, your son don't like me. Your son threatened me. You know, she like, that was 20 years ago, or whatever it was. No, I'm sorry. He said 17, 18, because I told him, I said, brother, you at that 20 point in a couple more years, she going to be entitled to have. So you may want to consider that, right? And he said, I know, that's why I'm on the phone with you. So that's a question for y'all, family. If your child, ladies, I want to ask y'all that, or fellas, if your spouse has a child and they don't like you, and you marry her, and all of a sudden that child gets in trouble, do you feel that you should pull the money out of your personal real estate to get that person out of jail or to get that person out of trouble? Charlotte, how you doing, Charlotte? Do you feel that, y'all? Would your husband be selfish, or would your wife be selfish for not pulling money out of her property or out of his property to get your bad child out of prison because, and remember, they don't like your spouse. They've always gave your spouse a problem. So is he or she wrong for not wanting to tap the house like a piggy bank because you know that you got another 50, I got 700,000 in equity in the house? Are you wrong for that? How y'all feel about that? Because I was in a situation like that before, But anyway, we're not gonna go into that one. But I'm talking to my homeboy, and he ran it down on me. Oh boy, it ain't never liked me. He threatened me 20 years ago. I said, "Ooh, I didn't hear about that one." He said, "I know. If you can open a business out here, you will be good, right?" You know what I'm saying? So I asked him. I said, "Larissa, how you doing?" I asked him. I said, "So." He said he never liked me. He threatened me when we met. You know what I'm saying? He act like he don't come over here to the family Thanksgivings. He's made problems why we don't have Thanksgiving at his daddy house. Why your husband can't come over to my daddy house for Thanksgiving, all that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like he never was happy. It's like, okay, he felt like why his daddy didn't get him out of jail. Why is because he got money and he got equity in his house. Why is it the wife wanted him to pull money out of his house? But why the daddy can't do it? I'm not obligated to help nobody. If my son didn't like my wife, I don't feel comfortable asking her to help. That's real talk right there. See, that's real talk. Kimmit, how you doing? That's real talk right there. And you got to understand that. That's why ladies or brothers, when you come into a relationship and you got a son or you got a daughter, and all of a sudden they letting you know that they don't like your ex. I mean, they don't like your husband or your wife. You got to let them know, something may happen to here. I need you to sign this disclaimer right here, this disclosure that if your ass get in trouble and you need to get bailed out of jail, or if you get in a situation and you short on your rent payment, your mortgage payment, or you want to start a business and you need some money, don't even look at us. I need you to sign this right here because you said you don't like my wife or her husband or whatever. I need you to sign this disclosure saying that you ain't gonna ask for nothing from her or him. So I want to show you this letter when you come back in 5 years from now. So you need to not be burning bridges, partner. You need not to be burning bridges. Jeanette, how you doing? So we got to think about that, family. So I've seen situations where, and I'm having this was my story now, it's my homeboy story. My homeboy he said his wife never defends him. Every time his son tripping and have a problem, it's always, or her children, her son, her daughter, whenever they tripping and have a problem, she never stands up for him. She always want him to do the better, what do you call it? Take the high road and just let it go. Just let it go. Don't worry about it. Yeah, he disrespected you in your house. Yeah, she disrespected you in your house. Yeah, she did call you a name and told you she hates you, but now she's in trouble. So won't you tap into the real estate and pull some money out? So anyway, fast forward the story. My homeboy said that his wife never knew she had this house, these apartment buildings that his granddad left him. So all of a sudden, Keegan, what's up, fam? So all of a sudden, when the son got in trouble and had like $60,000 worth of attorney fees, all of a sudden, she asked my homeboy. He said, "I ain't got it." He said, "I ain't got it because I got to pay all these bills. I got to take care of you. Yada yada yada. If you like, you can go get a job." You know what I'm saying? So he said, "I ain't got it. I can't do it." So it made her have to go ask her mom, her sister, her cousins, and everybody wanted to know, well, don't your husband, he own the house, he got it. Why don't he help you? That ain't right. She never bothered to say, well, little Johnny didn't like him and he threatened them and told him if he ever put hands on his mama, it was on and all of that. So they don't bother to tell those stories. They just be quiet. Just give me the money, and in order to get the money, you got to let them beat your spouse down because it makes your spouse look like a deadbeat. Because you ain't never told them the son or the daughter don't like your husband or don't like your wife. So now, all of a sudden, mothers is instant to protect their children. They typically choose them over the spouse. Not always, not usually. Exactly. But how you gonna protect your marriage Which one is more important, your marriage or your child? Children will get married and leave you in the dust in a minute. They blink out. You like, damn, it's Mother's Day. They ain't called. It's Father's Day. They ain't called and said nothing. It's my birthday. They ain't sent a card over here or nothing. They talking about they forgot. But let it be their birthday. Let them need something. They gonna call you quick. They get mad when you can't come through with them for a gift or something. Let me get some of this water, y'all. So anyway, he said she got the money. They raked up the money, the 60 grand in attorney fees. All of a sudden, it went up to more money. It kept going. It was something else was going on too. And they just raking money up like crazy. I think the sister ended up pulling money out of her house, right? To get the boy. They had the bail money to get the dude out of jail. And then they had the attorney fees. Y'all hear what I just said? The bail money was a lot of money. Then they got the attorney fees. So this quickly ran up. And he's like, see, I'm glad I didn't get involved. I'm glad I didn't get involved. So all of a sudden, she never told her sisters and her brothers about what was going on. About how they all was bitter. So he said, first holiday came up. They went to the little family function, and he was the worst thing that ever happened to her. Y'all hear what I just said? Her husband was the worst thing that ever happened to her. My homeboy goes to the family function with his wife, and he sees all the brothers and the sisters that all put money up to get little badass out of jail. And now they looking at him like, you ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? They don't want nothing to do with him. Avenue, how you doing? They don't want nothing to do with him. They saying he ain't shit. His wife should leave him because he couldn't help her to get her badass son out of jail who threatened to kill him if he ever put hands on his mama the day he met him. Y'all hear what I said? So always been a problem. But now he needs something and everybody looking at him crazy. Nobody was over there to defend. He said, nobody was over there to defend me, telling him, don't you tell him that. That ain't right of you. This ain't right. And that, So anyway, fast forward the story. He goes over to the family function and they looking at him like he done stole money from them. They looking at him like he ain't shit. She need to leave his ass. So all of a sudden, he's sitting there wondering. He can't say nothing to them. He just left. He just left. And he's like, his wife ain't. She's like, well, you could have helped a little bit. Well, I can't help a little bit with somebody who expressed to me that they don't like me at all. At all. Ever don't want nothing to do with me. Ain't never spoke to me. Ain't never had no respect for me. Now you want me to have the higher hand and help him? So all of a sudden, he said, the real estate dude came up to his house. Y'all don't mind sharing this video? I appreciate it from me. Or if y'all want to send me a support what I'm doing or whatever, support me while I keep doing these little help y'all out where we can talk about stuff. See, the goal is to talk about things before it happened to you so that you can assess it before it ever happens to you, because it may have happened to you already and you made the wrong decision, or it may happen to you in the near future. So you can think back about this Facebook Live, this YouTube Live, this Instagram Live, and think to yourself, wow, we just talked about that. I know how to better handle this. So when your child, your daughter, your son decides, your grandson, your granddaughter decides to be disrespectful to your new house, your new wife, your new husband, whatever, you may want to check them, ladies or brothers. You see what I'm saying? You may want to check them right up front. Let them know, hey, you may need him or her one day, so don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not going to let you do it. If you want to treat my husband or my wife like crap, the lady tells them or whatever, and all of a sudden you think you're going to keep coming over here, it ain't going to happen. You're not finna mess up my relationship. You gotta be up front and check. So fast forward the story. That's why I want to keep making these videos and talk to y'all. So if y'all feel like y'all want to put a donation or something because you think I helped you or said something, Cash App, Thomas TJ, money sign, Thomas TJ Lofton. But other than that, y'all, he turns around and they made it through. Old boy eventually got out of jail. And then he ended up going back. Everybody quiet. But they still paying on him from being out the first time. Y'all hear what I just said? So what ended up happening? What ends up happening? The Korean, the real estate person goes and knocks on his door, and his wife answers the door, and he tells her, I noticed you got some real estate in prime areas. She's like, yeah, we've been living here for a while. He's like, oh no, not just this one. I was interested in knowing if you'll be interested in selling your house, your other building that you got over there, your other house you got over there. And she's like, what? Now, as a business owner, as an investor, if I go talk to a person and ask them, are you interested in selling this house? And I pick up real quick that, oh, you didn't know your husband got another 4 other pieces of property over there, I'm immediately going to be quiet. I ain't got nothing else to say. I don't want to be the one and create a problem for somebody. So for them to keep pushing on, oh yeah, let me take down the addresses, ma'am. Ask him, is he interested in selling the one at 1413 22th Street or 1639 Normandy Avenue, or if he's interested in selling his apartment building at 1621 Normandy. Yeah, he owns 3 of them on the same street. Or if he's interested in selling the little house around the corner from him, we're interested in buying any one of them or this house here. So if you can let me know, can I take, what's your name? Can I take care? Can you take my card and give me, can I have your personal cell phone number? Y'all hear what I just said? The division part. They want to play us against each other. Now, he saw clearly that she didn't know that her husband owned all this real estate, right? So now all of a sudden, he plays them against each other. So he said, man, he called me one day on the side of the road on fire. He was so mad. He was like, his wife called him asking him, I didn't know you owned these properties. You didn't tell me your granddaddy left them all to you, that you got all of them. You know what I'm saying? So her first thought was, you could have helped get my son out of jail. His response was, your son back in jail. She was like, so what are you talking about? You could have. So she rather all the debt fall on her new husband than it do on her family. You see what I'm saying? So they in divorce court, family. She ain't gonna get nothing from none of that house, none of that, because they wasn't together for the 20 years. So regardless, my point was, she totally missed the reality that her son totally disrespected her husband. Her children don't like her husband. So anyway, family, but my homeboy, his thing was, who's the real estate person that told you that? I need to see him. He finna cost me a lot of money. I need to see this guy. I need to give me the card. I want to know who told you that. She don't want to tell him. Why are you protecting a damn Asian person that came over your house that's about to have you in divorce court? You gonna file divorce. You ain't gonna get nothing out of this because he already owned all this property. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, my point is, family, don't let no strangers come put you in a bad situation. Hey, Sin, congratulations. Let me know what's going on, when the baby coming. But anyway, it's too many people knocking on our doors, creating habit for homeowners and commercial real estate owners. So my question was, is your real estate affecting you? You know what I'm saying? So we have to pass some laws. We have to talk to these politicians to stop these real estate agents from coming telling our personal business. Y'all hear what I'm saying? If you ain't told your spouse that you own something, that it ain't meant for them to know. You saw a reason why you didn't want them to know that. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, this is interesting, y'all. It's really interesting, the reasons why people go to divorce court. You know, so I had now one for the sisters. I had a sister who she married. This is a whole nother conversation, y'all. You know what I'm saying? She was I don't want to put her out there, so I'm gonna be generic about it. She Jeanette, what's going on, Queen? They already had problems. We shouldn't have to keep up from her if that's his spouse. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't walk into the relationship saying, when they meet their woman or they man, they don't walk into the relationship saying, hey, I'm a multi-millionaire. I own 14 houses. They're not finna do that. A smart person ain't finna do that. You don't need to know that. Norman, how you doing? You don't need to know that. So these are conversations we got to have, y'all. I'm not gonna tell you about my bank situation until I'm cool. I'm sure that this is gonna be a good relationship for us. We might already be married before I let you know what I own. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not, people don't just walk into a relationship and hell, y'all shit got real messy out here. Excuse my language. They don't have to tell you that they used to be a man. You know what I'm saying? You can be dating somebody for a long time. They don't have to tell you that they used to be a man. So they definitely ain't got to tell you if they own real estate. You know what I'm saying? I don't want, if you like me, I want you to like me for me. I don't want you really liking me because you find out I'm a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you liking me because you didn't found out that I own all of this and all of that or whatever it is. My granddad left me all of this or whatever, the business. I want to know, I want this to work out where you know me and I know you and I can trust you. Hell, I want to know how you gonna act. All of that's not cool, exactly. I want to know how you gonna act, family. See, when I was doing really good back in my days, I used to be in a situation where I would always wonder: Are they here for me, or are they here for the lifestyle that they know I can provide for them? I would always wonder that because relationships work out real easy when you got money. When everybody know your name, oh, they gonna smile, they gonna put up with you, they gonna offer to help you because they know who you are. But what about when they don't know who you are and they just met you? You know what I'm saying? If we've been dating for 3 months and all of a sudden I've been in situations where I asked for money and I didn't need it. I just want to see what she gonna loan it to me. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Think about it. You dating someone, y'all know y'all can do good together. She came in, he got a brand new Dodge Charger with some rims on it. He got a nice little apartment and all that and going out, he always paying for lunch or something like that. Well, she may treat for lunch too from time to time. And this has been going back and forth for quite a while, and y'all messing around doing good. But all of a sudden, something happens, and you like, oh man, baby, something happened. You know what I'm saying? I was wondering if you have $500 that I can borrow until payday. Look at their face and see what happens. Mimo Chita. Mimo Machita, something. My apologies if I didn't say it right. Look at their face and see how they react. Would y'all loan it to them? Would y'all loan it to them? Would that open up a can of worms and make you think? I wonder. Well, dang, if he trying to borrow money from me this early in the relationship, she trying to borrow money from me this early in the relationship. I wonder what's really going on. Why he trying to borrow money? Is them rims on the Charger paid for? Is the car paid for? Is he current on his rent on the house? Why he need to borrow money from me? You know what I'm saying? So I want to know that. That's why I'll ask. I don't want nobody who can enjoy the great times with me, but can't be cool in the bad times. Yeah, I will drop you real quick. Let me ask. I've asked for money before, and you should have seen the look on people's face. Immediately, I was up for question, and I'm like, you know what? In my mind, I don't tell them either. I don't really need the money, but after you did that facial expression and I can read your mind, you wondering what's really going on, why I'm asking you for money, and you don't want to loan it to me, or you really feeling bad about having me to ask you for some money. So that means we ain't gonna do good together. If you can do good, we can do good when you know I got money. But as soon as something happened, you ain't gonna be there for me. So I don't want no woman like that personally. So I see stuff like that happening all the time. So I would test people back in the days. I would test people because my name was in the magazine and they knew I had the ranch house over there. And it was like, oh, that's TJ. They were like, oh, TJ single? All of a sudden, it's like women didn't want to get married, want to come out and start looking for TJ. It was on back then. I'm like, when the single brother who was handling this business and all of a sudden he divorced now, all of a sudden I was at the top of the food chain with people looking for me. People was looking at me in the grocery store. They'd come busting U-turns down the street. Hey, TJ, I just wanted to say hi. I'm like, whoa, all because you know what I got. So, and then the crazy part about it, because they knew what I had, they knew I had money, they knew I was in this book and blah, 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 blah. They would turn around and loan it, no problem, because they know he got it. he got money. He got it. But I would always wonder, do she really love me? Do she really want me? Or is she just interested because she know what I can do for her? What kind of life she's about to live. So anyway, family, sometimes you gotta just check. And a lot of time I had a lot of brothers said they did that. And it's just interesting that the results sometimes. So getting back to the sister said that she met a brother and she was a degreed, educated woman. You know what I'm saying? She had a Troy, how you doing? She had she's she's high up, put it like that. She's a high up in the world, and she couldn't find a straight black man or a black man on her level of where she worked at, right? Y'all help a brother out, y'all. Y'all seen situations like that. So she didn't want to date a white guy. So she found someone who really was good to her that was a little below her. He didn't have his doctorate and all of that kind of stuff. He wasn't degreed like that. So she was probably making the buck 75, 200. He was making about 58. See, like, he's a real good guy though. He really was there for her the whole 9 yards. All of a sudden, he said, the house they was living in, it was in the house, I think they paid $700,000 for it. The house jumped up to almost $2 million now. And they told him what the house was worth. Now he got some skin in the game. He done been there for a while. He's telling her he didn't pay some of the more. He didn't pay half the mortgage for 3 or 4 years, and he telling her, "Baby, we should sell. Baby, we should sell." So my whole girl called me, and she like, TJ, he paid half the mortgage. Should he get some of the equity? I've been in this house X amount of years before him. And all of a sudden, before she even met the dude, all of a sudden he come in and they come to an agreement that he pay half the mortgage. So now in 3 years that they was together, the house goes from 700,000 to 1.999. They get an offer on the house for $2 million. And she telling him she not interested in selling. He flipping out to my baby, we should sell the house. What y'all think about that? Should they sell the house? So he gets mad. He takes it to the paint. He's so mad at her. And it's like, now they ain't sleeping together. Now it's just bad. She's talking about she ain't, he's talking about she ain't right. And she like, he don't need nothing. He got a nice car already. He got everything he want, everything that he can need. He got it. He don't need nothing extra. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so she called me asking me for consultation. He get mad that she called me. I'm like, I'm a coach. You know, so y'all get people that's upset with me, y'all, because I get to speak in people's lives. And because she want everybody need, when you're going through hot water and you got drama going on in your life, you got to ask yourself, do you want to make decisions totally by yourself? Or do you want to turn around and seek a second opinion from a person who ain't going through a drama, who ain't arguing, who ain't stressed out, somebody who do this for a living? Do you want to seek their opinion and see what they think? So she reached out to me and I told her, I said, no, you don't have to. I don't think you should. You know what I'm saying? Where would he be renting a house at for that kind of money? You know what I'm saying? See, the house was affordable. It wasn't like it was a lot of money. So coming up with half was no real big deal. That's another situation, family, where when you meet a person who already owns a house, you really got to think about that. You really got to think about it. Are you going to move into his house? Or are you going to move into her house? Or should y'all buy another house and let them rent that house out? That's a question that y'all got to think about. Personally, I think y'all should rent that house out. If y'all have houses already, y'all might want to rent those houses out, because a person will come in and think they're entitled to half of what you already got, because they've been paying half of your mortgage for years. And I think about myself. If I moved into a house with a woman and I was paying mortgage on her house, helping her pay the mortgage, and then all of a sudden in 3 years equity quadrupled or something like that, you know, I would want something personally. I would want something, But as a man, as an investor, as a business owner, I know there's a definitely great possibility that equity is going to definitely come into this house. So if I'm here paying half of this mortgage, then I would like to tap into that equity. Tracy, how you doing? I would like some of that equity. I agree, went through it. People want what they want. People want what they didn't build. True. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at that and I said, I didn't want to do it. I was like, you know what? I like this person. I would love to be married to this person. But when we start talking about money and dollars, I saw right then and there. I said, you know what? I don't think this is gonna go well. So we can buy a house together. We can buy a house together, but I don't think I want to move in to a house that you already own and uh pay half the mortgage and all of that, and then in some years I won't reap no benefits in equity wise. That ain't a real good investment for me. You know what I'm saying? So we agreed to agree that this may not gonna work. You know. So anyway, family, it's a lot of reasons why people have divorces, and we got to stop letting it be about real estate, family, because we in some rough waters for real estate right now. Again, that's why I wrote the book, Monetizing Gentrification, family. I talk about divorce in this book. I talk about things to prepare us for what's going to happen in the future, and the future is already here, to prepare us for what was going on all around the country. So it's things going on the East Coast that ain't happened here yet on the West Coast. So I wanted people to know what's going on. There's things going on the West Coast that ain't happening on the East Coast. So I wanted people to read the book, and it's in their brain to what it looked like now and what could happen. So now you know how to approach these situations when you run into it. Not trying to jinx anyone, but in this economy, that it's going to be that's a strong possibility it's going to happen. And these real estate agents, these investors, these Koreans, these we want to buy the houses cash. These people these people was out there to destroy your marriage. Anything they can do to get you to sell that house. So don't fall for it. Don't fall for it, family. We got to start passing laws, get to these politicians, and tell the politicians that we don't want real estate agents door knocking our houses. I know my people on online. I got some real estate agent friends, but I'm just being honest, y'all. You need to get your mailing list up and mail them some mailers or something, because you know what I'm saying, you need to do your advertising, advertise on some bus stop benches in front of these neighborhoods. But I don't like real estate people knocking on my door telling me what this house is worth, or what I could do, or they got a cash offer, and then they pull out these jacked up contracts and stuff, y'all. They screwing people over. They scaring people. I done had to run real estate agents out of people's yards. White people going over to the old lady. One day I'm sitting at the house, y'all, and I see these two white guys pull up and went over to this old lady's house that I knew. One of my neighbors on the block, y'all. This a whole nother conversation. Okay, I'm about to get on out of here. I seen two white cats look like investors, and I just, y'all know I can spot people. They rolled up and pulled up on this 80-something-year-old lady who lived there by herself and went over there to buy her house, started harassing the sister. And it just didn't sit well with me, because I know she ain't got no son that's going to jail, so it can't be the police. I know nothing was wrong with the house, because she would call me if something was going on. And I just decided to walk on over there and see what was going on. So I walked over there and I said, "Hey, you okay? Everything okay over here?" And I ain't even bothered to ask. I just walked right by the guys and stood right there on side of her and said, "How y'all doing? Who are y'all?" And they looked at her like they ain't got an answer. Like, "Hey, you know him? We shouldn't have to talk to him. We can't talk to you." She said, "Oh, this is my neighbor. He's okay. What's going on?" I said, "Who are y'all?" Oh, she had to answer. "Oh, there's some real estate people. They're talking about buying my house." I said, "Y'all need to get out of here now. Why y'all coming over this lady's house like this? Who are y'all supposed to be? Y'all don't come over here no more." I checked them. They looking at me like all of a sudden they don't want to be scared for their lives. I said, "You don't think the 80-something-year-old lady was scared for her life? Y'all coming over here harassing her about selling her house?" She said, "Yeah, they come over here like once or twice a week." I've already told him no, TJ. I said, you going back in the house and I'll walk the nice gentleman to the car. Man, I read them the riot act and let them know, don't come over here no more. So family, we got to get involved and say stuff. We got to get involved. Y'all should not be going over no old lady's house talking to her about nothing. Period. These are the same people who come up missing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not on my watch. It ain't going to happen. Yeah, it ain't going to happen. I'm watching, y'all. I rolled up out of there. I pulled on my cell phone and took a picture of their license plate, got a picture of them. And that's when they really decided, oh, it's time to go. Why is it when a person pulls out a camera, they quick to leave? When you ask them who they are, they want to give, they don't mind giving you a car. But all of a sudden, when you pull out that camera, they ready to go. When you start snapping pictures, y'all take pictures of these real estate people that's offering to buy your house and watch what happens. I guarantee you, they know it's some shady stuff. You've been to find cross-reference those pictures and put them on one of these databases, and all of a sudden you find out these are some home thieves, or these is the bank or something, one of these corporations out here stealing people's houses, and that's the guy that everybody knows to leave alone. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, family, I don't want to keep y'all too long. I just was like, we got to do better, y'all. We got to quit worrying about what other people got. Quit letting people knock on our door, telling us what our houses were, and letting them get you all riled up and go mess up your marriage. You know what I'm saying? It's not easy to find a good person. So if you done been with somebody for 15, 20 years, you may want to keep that person, because it ain't no joke out here for single people, family. So don't get caught up. So if y'all want to share this video, I appreciate it. Other than that, if y'all like to get this book, I wrote this book, Monetizing Gentrification, so that we can turn around and continue the conversation, family, and make some money off for this. For me, it ain't just about talking about how you can create wealth, how you can make some money. It's about letting you know that the effects of making money. When you start making money, here's the things that's going to happen. When your house becomes worth billions of dollars, these are the things that you got to expect. These are the things that you got to look out for. So these are the things you got to teach your children. You know what I'm saying? These are the things you got to expect. So you may want to, when you thinking about dating someone, and I remember when I was dating someone back in the days, they gave me a book of questions. TJ, let's sit down and let's go over these questions. I'm looking like, we got this book, and it's like she pulled out this book and it got a bunch of questions. Okay, well, what would happen if this happened? What happened if I get sick and da da da? Would you pay the bill? Would you stay with me if I got cancer and was about to die? Yes, and destroying that took 64 years to build. Sad. Exactly. Thank you. I appreciate it, Queen. I appreciate y'all, Ron. So anyway, family, I appreciate y'all. If y'all like what I said, if y'all like the conversations, feel free to tip a brother. Cash App, Thomas T.J. Lofton, money sign Thomas T.J. Lofton. I appreciate y'all. Or if y'all feel that y'all want to support a brother, buy the book. $32 and $31.95 to your door. Y'all know I got a bunch of events coming up. I'll be in California. I'm in California right now. I have a book signing coming up on the 18th at Juicy Juice in California, Carson, California. I have another event coming up in I have another event coming up on the 19th at Simply Wholesome. Nope, I didn't say Simply Wholesome. You can buy the book at Simply Wholesome, but on the 19th, I'll be at Crash Unity. You can also buy the book there. I have a panel discussion. I'm bringing out some of my friends, some of my serious business owners. We having a free panel discussion, and I'll be giving a presentation, family. We're going to be offering out some solutions. The goal of this is to teach people things that they need to know, prepare us for the future, because it's going to take a lot of changes so we can continue to move forward, family. Then I'll be off to Atlanta, Georgia. I'll be off to New Orleans, and I'll be in New Orleans at the Community Book Center. Then I'll be off to Atlanta. That's May 25th, I'll be at New Orleans. Then June the 7th, I'll be at Shrine of the Black Madonna in Atlanta, Georgia. The 8th, I have an event. And then on the 9th, I'll be at Tassili's Raw Food Reality upstairs. That's $25. Go to my Eventbrite, ThomasTJLofton.com. It's entitled Monetizing Gentrification. I appreciate y'all. If y'all want to leave a brother a tip or something, cash at me. Money sign Thomas T.J. Lofton. All right, family, I'm out of here. I appreciate y'all. Y'all enjoy this weekend and run them realtors out of your yards, family. Oh, please click subscribe on my YouTube for me, please. I appreciate y'all.